Have you been putting a lot of effort into your marketing, but you're not happy with the results that you're getting? Maybe you've been spending a lot of time on social media, you've updated your website, possibly even spent money on ads. And yes, it's leading to some conversations on your calendar, but they're just not with the type of clients that you were hoping to engage. And as a result of that, there's a lot of focus on price as opposed to solution. Well, I just want to say you don't have to wonder about whether you want to do more or try even something new, another platform or something like that. There's a better solution. I'm Loren Fogelman with Business Success Solution. And what you are experiencing is actually a symptom of a positioning as well as a pricing issue for firms. And when that happens, it's not that you want to do more. It's that there's a misalignment between what you're saying and who you want to be engaging. And because of that, the things that you're doing on social media as well as on your website, it just amplifies that misalignment. So it brings in the wrong fit clients to your firm. And there's a lot of research and data to actually support this. Actually, nearly 80% of firms report that they struggle to build authority online. And the clients that are reaching out to them, they know that they've done research online to look at their websites, to look at their social media profiles ahead of time, but they're not getting those right fit clients. And this tells you that visibility is not the problem. What it is clarity. So people can find you, but the messaging is a little bit off. And even when it's just slightly off, then your marketing does not attract those benefit clients. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through 5 common marketing mistakes, as well as what you can do in order to get better results before someone reaches out. Let's start with number 1. Mistake number 1 is trying to appeal to everyone. You're trying to be all things to all people because you know that you can help everybody, and you're afraid that if you dial on your messaging, that one person over there won't recognize that you can help them and they move on. But what's really happening is that by being too broad, trying to be all things to all people, the people you actually want to engage, those higher quality clients, they don't recognize themselves in your messaging. So they're bouncing on, looking for someone who's more specific, that realizes who they are, where they are in their business, what it is that they want to get as solutions, and why this matters to them, as well as the next steps to move forward. So once again, trying to be all things to all people, too general, actually boomerangs. It backfires. What we want to do to correct this is actually get more focused. This is where, once again, you're talking about who you serve, how they benefit, the outcomes they can experience, and the next steps to moving forward. So stop trying to be all things to all people. Number 2 is leading with services instead of outcomes. There's going to be a pattern here. Start listening to the pattern. And this shows up a lot of times on websites. So your website might have a services page where it's that long a la carte laundry list of services. You're talking about your bookkeeping, your taxes, your payroll, your CFO services. And let's just face it, if somebody is out there looking for tax and bookkeeping services, of course you're going to be talking about that. They expect you to be doing that. So let's go beyond the obvious. And instead of talking about the technical services that you do, let's start talking about the things, the benefits of someone investing in your firm. They want to have clarity that you are an expert, that you know what's going on with them, that you have the solutions that will make a difference for them. They want to know that by engaging your firm's services, they're going to make better decisions moving forward in their business without second guessing about the numbers. So we want to stop focusing about the bookkeeping and tax services. If you're bookkeeping a tax firm, of course you do those things. Let's start focusing on what your clients care about, which is the clarity that you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, that you have the expertise, which gives them confidence in moving forward with you, and also that they will make better decisions moving forward without second guessing about the numbers. So when you stop talking about the bookkeeping, the tax, the payroll, the CFO part of it, then you're no longer interchangeable with every other option out there, whether it's offshore, AI, or maybe another competitor that is talking about the same things. We want you to focus on what differentiates your firm. So once again, that's dialing it out and by leading with the outcome. And that is going to start to appeal to those better quality clients to where they reach out, and it influences their decision to actually have that conversation with you. So once again, stop talking about the services, start leading with the outcomes and the benefits. Mistake number 3 is using your website to explain what you do instead of filtering out those poor fit clients and bringing in and appealing to those right fit clients. So you're using your website to explain what you do. You're focusing too heavily on the services and not about who your services are for or who they are not for. So this is nothing to do with having your credentials out there, listing all that services and describing the process. They expect you to already have all those things together. But what we want to do is have your website now be a filtering system. This means that once again, you're filtering out those poor fit clients, you're appealing to those right fit clients, and as a result of that, your calendar is filling up with qualified clients who see your services as an investment, as opposed to someone who's just looking for free advice. So let's go ahead and protect your time. And this is by, once again, talking about who you serve, what it is that you do for them, the benefits, and then you invite them to take that strategic next step. When that happens, then you're actually no longer getting on a meeting to screen someone as a right fit or a poor fit. You're now having your website do that for you. Saves you so much time from talking with those people who aren't qualified or the right fit for moving forward with your firm. So let's protect your time as well as your frustration. Number 4 is confusing activity with effectiveness. This is where so many firm owners end up burning out because you find yourself posting regularly or at least in between everything else that you're trying to do. You're wanting to be consistent. You are showing up on so many different platforms. And despite all of that, you're not getting the follow through or the results that you were hoping for. And once again, this is about the fact that it's not about quantity being everywhere. It is about the quality of the messaging and how you're being seen. So if your messaging is not clear, then the frequency only creates more noise. Listen to me. If the messaging is not clear, the frequency only creates more noise. And also, if you're using AI and your messaging isn't clear, AI isn't going to solve that for you. So we need to get the message really, really clear before we start to amplify or even use AI as a resource. Because without you knowing what you want your messaging to be about, ChatGPT doesn't read your mind. It doesn't fix that for you. So what you want it to do is get clear about what it is that you do, who you serve, how you help them. And once you have that clarity, then ChatGPT becomes a better assistant for you and it removes all the confusion. So that's how you want to be able to think about it, is get clear, have clarity, and you don't need to do more. You want to focus on quality instead. And then the last one, mistake number 5, is trying to fix your marketing before you fix your pricing. This is something that undermines everything, because if you're still connecting your fees to time, then your marketing, it attracts people who care about how long something takes because they want to get the lowest price possible for the work that's being done. It just amplifies that when you continue to connect your fees to time. So what we want to do is have your pricing reflect the outcomes and the ROI that your clients receive from engaging your firm services. Once we go ahead and do that, then your messaging naturally adjusts and it's aligned. You stop talking about affordability and now you're talking about impact. So think about that. Just that statement right there is elevating. Instead of talking about affordability, you're now talking about impact. And I have seen firm owners, just by making this one tweak and everything else falling into place, be able to raise their fees. Maybe they lose a small number of clients, but those were the headache clients that they wish would go away anyway. And they're quickly now attracting better fit clients to fill that void and be able to serve them at a higher level. So when we go ahead and have your pricing aligned with your marketing, then it all starts to work together like pieces in a puzzle, and you get better results with less effort. So if your marketing feels frustrating, it feels like it's not effective, it's not because you're not doing enough. You're probably doing plenty, but it's more that your messaging is trying to appeal to everybody. You are leading with services instead of outcomes. Your website is explaining what you do instead of filtering out those wrong fit clients and filtering in the right fit clients. You're confusing activity with effectiveness, and you're trying to fix marketing before pricing. So once again, once the pricing is aligned with the messaging, then everything becomes simpler, it's more efficient, and you are so much more selective with who you engage into your firm's services. So if you realize that you're having marketing challenges and it's actually about positioning and pricing, then the next step is not to write another post or redo your website. It's about stepping back and aligning how you communicate your value so those right fit clients can recognize who they are, how you make a difference for them, and they want to be able to follow through to talk about engaging. That is exactly what we can do during a complimentary strategy session. We can look at your positioning, your pricing, your messaging together so that your marketing starts to fall in place. It is aligned. You're now attracting those better fit clients and being able to elevate the quality of service and the level of service that you're offering your clients. If that appeals to you, then go to businesssuccesssolution.com/let's talk to be able to get started. And I look forward to hearing what you took away, how this reinforced something that you were thinking about doing or validated a decision that you are making. Would love to hear how this resonated with you. This is Loren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, showing accounting firm owners how to be able to double their income working half the time.